Bummer, the holidays are over. No more presents. But yay, you have your freedom again. The new year is full of ups and downs, but however you're feeling, you can always be happy with Prime Video. Catch the new season of Reacher. Rent or buy new releases like Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour Extended Version. You can add on hundreds of streamers. One app, one password. Prime Video. Find your happy place. Restrictions apply. Prime membership not required to rent or buy. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Hey, I'm Yuri, I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner, and today we're going to go over a few misconceptions that you may have. And if I start looking over here, it's because I have my notes on my laptop over here. But one of the misconceptions that you may have is that the supplements don't work for you, right? You don't feel a difference. You don't even know if it's working. So you stop taking the supplement. So I'm going to ask you, how long did you take the supplement for? Was it for 90 days? Was it for a few weeks, for a few days, and then you stopped taking it, right? The one thing that I will say that if you are using professional grade supplements, like the ones that we use as practitioners, you will feel a difference. And the other thing that I will say is that some companies, they don't use like the most bioavailable for your body for it to get absorbed. Therefore, you do end up like having expensive pee. And the second misconception that you may have is like, I've been on protocols, but they do not stop my chronic symptoms. So I'm going to say that you may not be addressing your root cause. For example, with hair loss, one of your root causes is to transition off of birth control, because I do consider it a toxin because it is depleting your nutrients. For example, with hormonal contraceptives, they contain a synthetic progesterone. So your body makes estrogen and progesterone, but the contraceptives have a synthetic form of it called progestin. So progestin is going to prevent you from ovulating, and it changes the uterine lining to prevent you from getting pregnant, right? And another thing that progestin is that it can have a similar effect as androgens. And androgens is just a group of hormones, for example, testosterone. And depending on which pathway your body favors, the way that you break down your testosterone, some may experience like acne, hair loss, or you may have male pattern hair growth. And another misconception you may have is that, hey, hiring a practitioner is just expensive. And I get it. Like when I started getting the functional lab testing and paying out of pocket for my own blood work, it may seem expensive, but in reality, when I started to break down like, hey, where was I spending most of my money? And at that time it was like at Sephora. I get it, like all the makeup. And I had to like really ask myself, do I really just want to look cute from the outside and like experience all this bloating throughout the month? Or do I really like want to figure out what's going on with my body? Do I really want to like glow from the inside? So I decided like, hey, I got to get disciplined. And it was only for a season, right? I got to get disciplined and I got to figure out what's going on with my body. What were my root causes? And with your root causes, we'll figure it out because we look at the blood work, and we also have additional functional lab testing. But we'll discuss that once we get on a consultation call and see what is the best fit for you. And the last misconception you may have is that, hey, I'm going to just start working out and somehow like the hair loss is going to resolve, the bloating, the heavy PMS, it's just working out is going to fix it. And I'm sorry to say, like, it will help with your stress level. So it's going to help de-stress you, right? But if you truly have a toxicity overload, you do have to address your root causes with the supplements that were made to address, like, let's say, an overgrowth of yeast, of fungus, of other pathogens, gut bugs. So you do, in my opinion, you do need to be on a protocol for a number of months to address the toxicity. And just like working out may not be the solution right now. And another thing about that is sometimes we believe that the gym people, I go to the gym too, but that they're like the most healthiest. And I'm here to say, like, no, they also experience like digestive issues. Like during classes, they'll be experiencing leg cramps. So that's going to tell me, like, with digestive issues, we need to see, like, in what state are you eating? Are you in a hurry? Are you taking your time? Are you able to digest your foods? Do you need digestive enzymes? Do you need some bowel support? And with leg cramps, I'm going to ask, like, how much water are you intaking? Do you need minerals, electrolytes? And the last question that I'm going to ask is, are you sweating? Because if you're not sweating, you're unable to flush out the toxins through your skin, because that's another drainage pathway for you. It's another detoxification pathway for you to help your skin. So these are some of the questions that I go through, and we go more in depth. And if you're struggling with hair loss and can't figure out what your root cause is, and if you're planning on transitioning off of birth control, I invite you to book a consultation. And I'll see you next week.
Your Space Coast vacation is preparing for liftoff. Start counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7. It's time for a beach vacay that feels like heaven. 6, 5, 4. Come explore Melbourne and the beaches. 3, 2, 1. It's time for some rocket-filled fun. Count down to your best beach vacation ever on Florida's Space Coast. Launch your planning now at visitspacecoast.com. That's visitspacecoast.com.
Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.